Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Like, that's okay, because like good things are happening in the world. So G Money, welcome. Who do we have here today? Thank you for being here on this Thankful Thursday. 3,000 plus people have been here. Massive gratitude. Welcome to that extraordinary group of humans. With your courage, your vulnerability, perhaps even like, I don't even know what I'm doing. What's going to happen? G Money, take us in.
All right, Sean Callaghan, we have Jimmy Myers, born and bred in New York, but now in Arkansas. This man is full of heart, talent, former Division I soccer player. He's a physical therapy specialist, healing the masses. So grateful for his newlywed wife. Welcome, Jimmy Myers, to The Real Raw.
Jimmy, welcome to the party. Welcome. Jimmy, where'd you play soccer?
I played soccer at NJIT in Newark, New Jersey, so kind of close to you guys.
Nice. Newark is in the house. That's Bella's favorite town. She was almost shot going to get pizza at one town over in wonderful Elizabeth, New Jersey. It's extraordinary.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yes, I went to law school.
And he took me there.
Yes.
He's the one that took me.
What do you take people like to impress them, Jimmy, to like a pizza place in Elizabeth at 11 o'clock at night, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Unless you're going to go to Newark to go to one of the Portuguese places, that's all you really got.
Awesome. And what's your fun? And is it Jimmy or Jim? Like, what do you go by?
Jimmy's fine.
Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. And what is your fun fact?
I guess my fun fact is that I'm undefeated in eating competitions. So I'm 1-0. I did a wing competition and I won. So I've settled at 1 for right now, but I'm undefeated.
All right. So Jimmy, where'd you do the wing competition?
At college. They had a hot wing challenge. You had to eat 25 wings. Whoever was fastest won. So I won.
All right. Have you ever heard of the chicken or the egg in Long Beach Island, New Jersey?
I haven't.
Okay. So you got to go to the Chegg. You don't have to, but like possible, and do the ludicrous challenge, Jimmy. And if you do the ludicrous challenge and you eat 12 ludicrous wings in the time frame they give you, I know it's like 15 minutes or something, I will donate $10,000 to your favorite charity. So if you're up for it and want to take the challenge, what do you think, Mel?
I think that is a terrible idea, Jimmy. Ludicrous hot sauce is like the hottest of the hot sauce on the planet. I think like They measure it in like scones.
Scovilles.
Scovilles. Yeah, and it's like the most Scovilles on the planet for hot sauce. Like one little needle point on your tongue will like burn your tongue for days, right, Gina?
Yes, and more yes. Very hot.
I would not do this.
Well,
I guess I got to check it out.
Well, people have done it. So Jimmy, that offer stands. Thank you for being here today. G Money, we got Jimmy and his college soccerness and wing eating prowess and all the beautiful things he's doing in the world. And congratulations, by the way, on marriage and all its wonder. So yes, please, Gina, who we got?
Next, we have Marsha Poindexter Sean from Missouri. She's an insurance agency owner who's juggling all the balls in her office while her assistant is sick or her partner is sick. She has 2 adult children and loves her Harleys and gardening.
Whoa.
And we are glad. I know I can't keep anything green, Marsha. So I'm glad you can. Welcome to the Real Raw.
Thank you.
Marsha, congratulations on your Harleyness, your entrepreneurness, and all of it coming from Mizzou. And what's your fun fact?
Just daily is a fun. Anything that is, I get invited to something and I'm not sure, and I'm like, just go all for it. Just get in it and go. So that's my fun factor. Never saying no.
Woo! Well, we're loving having you here. Thank you so much. And yes, you're definitely not alone in the saying yes to being on the Real Raw. We've had extraordinary people like yourselves, famous athletes, authors, people, all the things continuously. So yes, every day, 3,000 people during this pandemic have been on the Real Raw. So welcome to that club and party. And what is your fun fact?
I think riding my Harley without a helmet, driving down the highway and just enjoying the
radical.
Yes. You would roll with the Bella Verita crowd. You're like, when they said sit down, I stood up. From the Bruce Springsteen song Growing Up, whenever I think of that, I think of Bella. When I sit down, when they said sit down, I stood up. And that's you, Bella.
That is definitely me. Why do you keep turning the computer and like trying to hog the camera?
Because
you keep micro trying to cut me out. What's going on here?
No, Bella, you're on the camera perfectly. Gina, don't you think Bella's on the camera? Marsha, isn't Bella on the camera perfectly right now? I'm blind.
From the blind man.
Yes. So don't you think so, Marsha?
I don't see her.
Come on, Marsha. All right, so thank you, Marsha. Thank you, Jimmy. She turned it all the way back to herself. So Gina, who's the camera more on now?
It's a fight for the camera. Both of you, Sean. Both of you perfectly center.
So, all right, Marsha, Jimmy, thank you for being contestants, your courage and vulnerability. Gina, we got some judges on Thankful Thursday. Thank you. Who are they?
Right. Next, we have Roswald Hawkins coming from Houston. Sean, this man has a passion to inspire others. He's a second-generation insurance entrepreneur. 36 years young. Childhood dream to be a motivational speaker and a serial entrepreneur. Just an extraordinary gentleman. He's grateful for every day. Welcome to the Real Raw, Roswald.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
And it's Roswald?
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, Roswald. So Roswald, what is your fun fact besides the fact that you're making beautiful things happen in the space of finance for humans, motivational speaking, impacting the world, happening? What's your fun fact?
This would be that I play 4 instruments.
Whoa.
And can read and write music.
Wow, which 4 instruments?
Guitar, piano, bass, and saxophone.
That's fun.
You know what my fun fact is, Roswald?
What's that?
I can't play any instruments. So that is super impressive. They can play 4, let alone 3, 2, or 1.
That takes some talent.
It takes a ton of talent. Yeah. Can you play any instruments, Bella?
I can beat on some drums. I mean, they don't make any consistent sound, but I can beat the crap out of them. That counts for anything.
Roswald, I don't think that counts. But yes, thank you. So yeah, thank you for being here, Roswald, coming from the great state of Texas. Yes, Roswald's in the house. G Money. Who's rolling with Roswald?
We have this German-born, Arizona-living litigator extraordinaire, criminal defense, summa cum laude graduate, first in his class, Sean, Mr. Michael Kielski. He was the chairman of the Arizona Libertarian Party. Like, extraordinary. Welcome. I know, like, I can't even think about being a politician, and He's been a candidate for office. Yes. Welcome, Michael, to The Real Raw.
Thank you.
Michael, this is fun. So thank you for being here, first of all.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and what is your fun fact?
Well, among all the fun things that I get to do and interesting things that I get to do in my profession, I am honored from time to time that I get to play a substitute judge in our local court system. I get to be a judge pro tem from time to time when judges need somebody to cover for them when they're out sick or on vacation.
That's amazing. In what court system?
It's in the Maricopa County Superior Court system as well as the Maricopa County Justice Courts. So I get to
know these courts.
Yeah, I get to hear all types of cases, everything from civil claims, some criminal stuff. I get to sign warrants. I get to sentence people. I get to issue judgments and rule on motions, and so it's very interesting for somebody who's in the legal profession to get to sit on the other side of the bench from time to time and get that perspective.
So, Michael, thank you so much for being here. And by the way, what's your mission and vision in the world? Because I'm going to come back to a fun fact in a moment. But like, what are you creating? Like, what's it about for you?
I'm working, and I've been working, and this is the libertarian part of me. I've been working towards a peaceful, free world in my lifetime. Something where the idea that we get to impose our will and our vision on others by force is completely unacceptable.
Well, that is extraordinary, and thank you for that. And we are aligned. So do you know anything about my relationship to the Maricopa County Courthouse and Arizona's judicial system?
Well, I heard some snippets regarding a very very large judgment that you managed to achieve. So I don't know any of the details.
Yeah.
And wasn't it like the Arizona's like biggest jury verdict in like the last 10 years, like history or something?
In the last 10 years, I think, yeah, it still stands. So it's a $27 million verdict in a business breakup case. And we started in Maricopa County. So it's so funny, in front of, do you know Judge Oberbillig, Michael?
Yes. Yeah. I've
So
been in front of him plenty of times.
Yeah, so the case started in front of Judge Oberbillig for a year in a state court case that became a federal case in front of Judge Campbell, right in the federal courthouse.
I've been in front of him too.
Yeah, extraordinary.
And he's a very tough judge. Very tough judge.
He is a very tough judge.
Oh yeah.
And we achieved the $27.625 million jury verdict in front of Judge Campbell. And he was absolutely extraordinary. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life professionally. Not like, no question, unparalleled. We were before him for just under a month in his courthouse under a clock every minute of every day. And I believe, I'll say with all my heart, that if every judge in America was more like Judge Campbell, our system of justice would operate much more ethically, integriously, and optimally. So it was the journey of my life.
But he's a very, very sharp judge. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Michael, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here. And our case is a case about oppression. It was a case about wrongdoing. It was a case about power, a case about taking advantage of. So it's wonderful to have you here. And a quick final note, do you know Seth Liebson, who's on the radio out in Phoenix? Is that a name that rings any bells or no?
I mean, the name sounds vaguely familiar, but no, I don't know.
Yeah, so he was also a client as well. And he was running for, I think, Senate, from Arizona, and some complexities occurred. But it's an honor and a privilege to have you here. Love to know more. Love your stand in the world for ethic, peace, acceleration, for right, for voice, freedom, all of it. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. G Money, we got like lots of things happening, and Bella Vrita keeps hogging the camera, so I had to keep turning it.
Well, next we have, you guys can fight over that. Next we have this incredible woman, energy, heart, born in Cleveland, raised in Pittsburgh, now lives in Exton, PA. Marcia Phillips is here with us. She's a partner at Upright Law, an attorney of 34 years, trial advocacy. She's an incredible woman. Welcome, Marcia, to The Real Raw.
Thank you.
So we have Marcia, we have Marcia, amazing. So Marcia, thank you. And is that the appropriate pronunciation?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So Marcia, please, what is your fun fact?
Geez, that's a hard one. Let's see.
Bella doesn't have any fun either, so don't worry.
So I'll give you this one. I am the proud granddaughter of a famous editorial cartoonist for the Pittsburgh Courier.
I love this. It is super fun. And
I love art. And he did political cartoons. And there's actually an award after his namesake that was established a while back.
And what is it, please?
It's Wilbert Holloway, and they call him Holly.
Nice. I love this, Marcia. Thank you. And what's your mission in the world?
Actually, to learn how to love people and to serve them before I die in the best way possible for me.
Well, your goddess energy, your heart is felt in its presence, Marcia. Thank you. And I'm sure you can also pick up the sword and do all kinds of damage on those that are standing for injustice as well. So thank you, Marcia, for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Gina.
Next, we have Mr. Ted Gioka. Ted, are you with us? I can't see you. Are you present, sir? Welcome.
Ted.
Ted, Chief Investment Officer at Maxed Out Savings. He saves his clients from too much risk, rising their investments to the max. And he's also a radio show host with Maxed Out Savings, Sean. Like, incredible. Welcome, Ted, to The Real Raw.
Thank you.
So Ted, tell us one tip about saving or building financial abundance that you would share.
You know, I tell you what, it goes back to our kind of motto and our philosophy, which is to save aggressively and invest conservatively. That's the key to building up money over the long term.
Yeah. So you don't think it's a good idea if we put all our money in crypto?
No, that's a tough one. I gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm kidding.
Interesting fact about that is people under the age of about 35 made money in crypto. Almost everybody over the age of 30, probably 40, none of them got it, which is really fascinating to me.
Yes, agreed, brother. And how about your fun fact?
I work, we bought a pecan ranch and we've been rehabbing that. And so we've been working on pecans for the last about 5 years, fixing the place up. And now we produce quite a bit of pecans.
I mean, pecans like the nut?
Yeah, the nuts, yeah.
Yes. So, do you know what? Why Bella Verita reminds me of a pecan?
No, why?
Because she's a nut too. So that's amazing. So thank you. Thank you. So, so Gina, we're gonna go to the influence sorceress. This amazing woman, and we have fun, and we joke, and we kid. Creates such impact in the Unblinded ecosystem in the world. On stages with microphones. She started understanding the superpower of influence as a tot on her front lawn, where she was selling crafts as an 8-year-old. When I was 8 years old, I was like hiding and running away from my aunts who were trying to give me a hug when I came for Thanksgiving. This woman is encountering humans and selling things, battling her fear of rejection and fear of failure and making it non-existent. She went on to become a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, progressed on to be, now think of this for a second, as a 20-something in business brokerage in the state of Nevada. Just think of picture woman 20s and she's in business selling in Nevada. And how do you think that's going to work out? Well, I'll tell you how it worked out. She became the #1 business broker in that state. Mind-numbing accomplishment. And final, she is now the CEO, the founder of Align Talent, helping businesses grow in their marketing and their selling and speaking on stages, training and leading sales teams, and all things that are growth. And of course, I have the honor and privilege of calling her my co-host on The Real Raw each and every day, the one and only Bella Verita.
Thank you, Sean.
So Bella, what's your fun fact?
So, Sean, I was thinking I could go with my fun fact that I was a drug dealer turned, network marketer, or I was a CASA as a child, or I was a CASA advocate for children. But today I'm going to go with the fact that I just almost got carried off your roof and attacked by 10 seagulls who are dying to have my food. They're attacking my food. I'm on a phone call screaming because they're like coming from all angles because they want to carry off with my pizza, no less, that I had made.
Made pizza?
I did make pizza.
Oh
I made pizza. The seagulls wanted my pizza, and like I'm like screaming, and my head of operations is like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "I think I'm about to get carried off the roof by these 10 seagulls that are attacking me." So that is my fun fact that I am thankful. Speaking of things that are thankful, I am thankful to be sitting here with you right now because I was almost carried off probably into the ocean, into the abyss by these 10 seagulls that were attacking me.
That is absolutely extraordinary. And I'm on a group coaching call with like extraordinary human beings in the Unblinded elite ecosystem. And I hear screaming. And I'm like, is Bella okay? And then I heard laughing and then I heard screaming. I'm like, well, she laughed. So like, it can't be that bad. Like something obviously is not terrible happening. And I had no idea what happened.
Yes.
So, yes.
They were like doing the like circling thing. They're aggressive, those seagulls. They're aggressive. I'm like waving, trying to get them to go away. And they were 100% committed to having my pizza.
Yeah. So we were eating pizza on the roof one time, and we're in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, which is PS, the site of the original Jaws shark attack that inspired the book, and where we surf, and we were surfing last night right here. So probably not a good idea to surf at sundown, but we did. And we're eating pizza, and a seagull, we had the pizza box open, came and ripped out a slice, ripped the slice out and flew away with a full slice of pizza in his mouth. Like that actually happened.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
That is how aggressive and strong. A whole slice of pizza. Yes. So Gina, that reminds me, I think you did that in my house too. You ripped off like 3 slices of pizza, but no, we're just kidding. Yeah. Gina, you are extraordinary, heart-centered, loving. P.S. So proud of you for what you stand for in the world. Gina is an author coming back from the horrific tragedy of losing her daughter and talking about overcoming, acceleration, life, and what it's about. And you are absolutely indispensable in the space of Unblinded and everything you do here, launching us every day in the raw. We love you, Gina, and thank you.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you, everyone. Have fun exploring Integrous Influence, and I hope to see you again in the multiverse here at Unblinded. Ciao for now.
All right, love you. So, Bella Rita, it is Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you as well, and I'm thankful to be here with all these amazing people and getting to see what today unfolds.
Yeah. And so who's going to go first?
Ooh, I think Jimmy's ready to kick us off today.
I feel it. I'm feeling Jimmy.
I'm feeling Jimmy.
Okay. So Jimmy, are you ready to go?
Sure.
Okay, amazing. Hey, Sure in level 5 listening told me, I'm not so sure, but we're going to support. So what we're talking about here, and I'm going to turn it to me for a second and back to you, and all kidding aside, just like to deliver the instruction and focus. So what we're doing here is we're exploring the superpower of influence. Think of the power of the Incredible Hulk and his strength and the differential he has from all other human beings. Like it's Jimmy, is that pretty massive? Like the Hulk's a strong dude, no?
I would say so.
Yeah. But I'm going to submit to everybody here that the superpower of influence is even larger in its differential between people. The difference Oprah Winfrey has, the difference Tony Robbins has, the difference Barack Obama has in their power of influence from the rest of people, right? And them, I submit is larger in gap than between the Hulk and other people. In the money we can create, the time we can create, the energy, the impact, the Libertarian Party. It's one superpower of influence away from actually having a presidential candidate elected and beating the Democrats and Republicans. Like it's one person with the superpower of influence away, guaranteed, because that's how everything is created, including our business, our money, our time, and our magic. That's the game we're playing here. So Jimmy, the way we illustrate that, the way we begin to create access to that teaching, is what my life stands for, and all the fine people you heard, saying beautiful things about me, top jury verdicts, 125-person law firm, breaking sales records from stages around the country and the world. What that's about is the superpower of influence, and it's a science. It looks like magic, but it is a science. So Jimmy, we're gonna have fun with that, see what the judges have to say, and who would you like Bella Rita to be? Because this is now about you going from hello to yes. So who would you like Bella to be?
Well, I guess in my sense of the jobs, I deal with sometimes disgruntled patients that don't have the best care until they get into physical therapy, and then just going from there and getting them to trust and care about what we're going to do and help them get that better. So usually that's where my
So
job.
a disgruntled patient.
Yeah, disgruntled patient.
And new potentially to Jimmy. So like you came from somewhere, you're not happy, and Jimmy is like new to you.
Okay,
right? Cool.
awesome.
Please take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, how's it going, Bella? I'm Jimmy. I'm a physical therapist. I'll be helping you out today. Okay.
Okay.
What brings you through the door?
Yeah, I've been working with a different, I don't want to name any names, but I've been working with a different therapist, and I just, they don't show up on time, they're always running late, and I don't actually feel like I'm advancing in my care.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that you had to go through all that, but I'm glad we're in the right place now. It's nice to get to meet you and to hear your story about what brought you in here, what originally brought you in here, and how we can get you back out. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I think I just found you guys on Google. So I don't really know, anything about it. I'm really looking for somewhere else that, that I can go, that I want to get better.
So yeah, we pride ourselves here on just being a family and making it a welcoming environment for everybody, and healing you in the end. It's not just your knee or your back. It's everything. Everything's a bit to the whole of getting you better. So hopefully this place is more welcoming for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I read some good reviews on Google. So I'm definitely hoping, you guys will be able to do a little more than my last place.
Yeah, and not to knock anybody else. I mean, everybody's different in a sense, and we all have people we relate better to. So I hope that it works out better for you here and that we can get you better.
Thank you. Thank you. And so what do we do next?
So this is where the weird part of my job is a lot of mine is evaluation after this and explaining body parts and everything. So it's different than insurance and law and all of that. So it's more of just you understanding what's going wrong with your body and how we can get you better.
Got it. Well, thank you. I look forward to working with you guys.
Awesome job, Jimmy. We're gonna see. Sorry, Bella. We're gonna have a conversation in a minute about the judge's thoughts on that. Marcia, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who would you like Bella Varita to be?
Bella, I think I want you to be a client that's been with the same insurance company for 30 years and your rates keep going up, and you bring me your declaration pages to my office.
Okay.
See what I can do for you.
Take us in.
Thank you. Hello, Marsha.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you, Bella?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you for seeing me today.
So I want to talk to you about your coverages, your premiums, and why are you coming into my office after you've been with somebody for 30 years?
Yeah, I've been with them for a long time. My husband always took care of everything, so I never really paid attention to anything. But it's just the rates seem really high. I'm no longer with my husband anymore, so I'm now, looking at my own bills, taking responsibility for myself. And it just doesn't make sense that it is this high. And it seems to be like, I remember when we first signed up, it didn't seem to be this high. And
Right.
so I was just hoping, maybe someone could help me understand it a little bit more and kind of see what my options are.
I would love to do that. Let me tell you a little bit about my agency. I'm a little bit different than a dedicated agency that only has one brand of insurance that they sell. I'm a broker. I have over 400 carriers that I offer. Wow. So when you have rate increases or when you get your renewals and your insurance goes up, if you don't like that, then we can go shop for you and move you. Just today, I had a client that's been with an insurance company for 32 years. I discussed this with his wife and himself, and they brought it in. He has a house, a rental house. He has 2 autos, and I saved him $1,700 a year just by quoting, and gave him better coverages and better liability limits. So I think when you guys pay for insurance and you never go shop it, that they take advantage of you because they don't have anything else to offer you. The only thing that they do is usually decrease your coverages, which that's not smart either. So that's how I think I could help you here.
God, that sounds amazing, Marcia. So what are our next steps? What do we need to do?
Just need to see your deck pages. What you do, you leave them in my office, and within 4 to 6 hours, we will have a quote on everything that you brought us in. If it is a commercial policy, that does take a little bit longer because we're heavy into commercial insurance as well. So if it's just home and auto, we should be able to do that immediately.
Awesome. That sounds amazing, Marcia. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
saving
Bella.
money.
I'm saving money. I like to save money.
Marcia's amazing. Getting your body healthy, saving money, get out of pain with Jimmy, like all kinds of things are
All
happening.
kinds of crazy things.
How blessed are you?
I'm pretty blessed.
Yes. All right. So let's see what the judges have to say. So we're going to start with, let's start with Michael. Michael, what do you think? 30 seconds of feedback, please, for Jimmy. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and then a score on a scale of 1 to 10, please. Michael.
I would say Jimmy needs to modulate his voice just a little bit more to be a little bit more positive, a little bit more excited, and I think that would help a lot with the delivery. I think the message itself was clear and direct, but it was a little bit lacking in the tone.
Nice.
And your score is?
I'm sorry.
Between 1 and 10.
Between 1 and 10, I would say a 7.
Nice. Okay, thank you very much for that, Michael. And how about Marcia? What'd you have from Marcia?
Oh, so with respect to her, I thought actually her presentation was very good. The couple of things that I think that I would do to try to tweak it would be to figure out why the customer now wants to handle the funds. I mean, is she divorcing? She said her husband handled it for 30 years and now all of a sudden she's coming to you. So it's kind of curious why she would have waited that long. So I think that's important because it might help you to detail what you can offer her specifically that she may not have feel like she's gotten through her husband, right?
And your score for Marcia is?
I'd give her like maybe a 9.
Nice.
Yay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. How about Roswald? Please, what'd you have for Jimmy?
I like Jimmy's really well. He repeated what the customer said to let them know that he was listening, actively listening. And I think I didn't see much I could say bad about it. I'd give him a 9.
Nice,
Beautiful.
very nice. Love it. And then let's go, Ted. Please, what'd you have for Marcia?
Marcia, I thought she had a great spiel with the. I think she pointed out that if you're dealing with people with long-term relationships before, I would say, look, we've got different relationships with different insurance companies, so we can that maybe specialize in the rates that you need, and therefore we can get you the better coverage. I think because it's tough to break long-term relationships, and that's why if you point out it's a different thing, I think that would help out.
Nice.
Beautiful. And your score for Marcia is?
I would say I'd say 9.
Very nice. Excellent. What a wonderful, like, energetic crew.
Yes.
Like, right. Yeah. Wonderful. So I don't know. I think we might, maybe have some more fun today. What do you think?
They're definitely look like I'm ready for more fun.
All right. So how about we play the fun game of, I don't know. What do you think we should play?
I think we should play. Gotta love Vince. You're a rock star. So, every day you bring fine folks on here and they're like put in the hot seat. They're like on the spot. Even though you say there are no spots, I got to go from hello to yes. And then like, you just sit here, have a good time, look good on camera and like, make everybody feel good. But I think somebody should get to put you on the hot seat because you claim to have like the superpower of influence, to be able to go from hello to yes with anyone. In fact, I think you even have a bet out with Grant Cardone for $250,000 that you can out-influence him on any state of facts. I think someone here should get to put you on the hot seat.
For charity, of course.
For charity, of course,
Okay.
yes.
So does somebody want to put me on the hot seat?
Does
I
anyone
will.
even Mark
I'll take it.
She will.
Ow, ow. It's hot, Marcia, come on now. So, and yeah, so it's about me going from hello to yes on anything you want, but it's got to be integrous. So it's not that we're selling.
Swampland in the middle of Long Beach Island.
Yes, exactly. Not like that, but something integrous. And I've been asked to be everything from President Biden or President Trump, going from hello to yes for a marriage proposal to stay in the country with somebody that, I guess I love theoretically, right?
No, you had just met them.
Yeah, that was a little bit. That was a little shaky on
Yeah,
integrity.
you had just met them and had to go from hello to yes to marry to stay in the country.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
We did do that one. So, or it could be a client, accounting, whatever, could be a book deal, some hello to yes that would matter meaningfully in the world and be really challenging. And we do hold space for the fact that it's only 3 minutes. So we could be setting up a longer meeting for a conversation, but at least seating it and pre-framing it. So Marcia, thank you for your desire to put me on the hot seat. But who would you like me to be, and what's the yes I'm seeking?
I would like for you to be a homeless person and overcome the ability to not be a homeless person anymore and be successful.
Okay. So amazing. I've never been asked to be a homeless person. This is an extraordinary blessing and opportunity and support of people. I love it, Marcia. The game is about me getting a yes from somebody. So I'm a homeless person, and what's the yes I'm seeking from what type of person? Is it, yeah.
What yes you're seeking is you want to find yourself and learn about you through somebody that they're going to mentor you to be a better person and get out of your situation.
Got it. Okay. So who would you like to select in this group that I would request to mentor me?
Michael,
amazing. Well, the 3-time winner of Business Mastery enters the space, the one and only Peter Swain, who traveled across the world to get here and has, oh my goodness, brought goodies. Swedish fish. So this is Peter Swain, won Tony Robbins Business Mastery 3 times, our dear friend, partner, all of this that is here.
Hello.
So that was an unplanned, untimed moment. So love it. And we're going to eat Swedish fish celebration.
I got peaches and they're soft and fruity, just like me.
That is amazing. So yes, let's switch these because you should be eating Swedish fish and I should be eating.
You are not soft. You're anything but soft and fruity.
Whoa. Okay. So let's go with this. So it's going to be Michael. So I am homeless. I live in Phoenix, and Michael, would you accept this opportunity?
Yes, but I'm going to be a really tough sell. So good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michael, I understand that you are a leader in the Libertarian Party, and I am shocked that I had the privilege and opportunity to be communicating with you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I know we only have 3 minutes, and all I'm going to request is if anything makes a little bit of sense and resonates with you in any way, I'd love to have a longer conversation. That's my only request. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, Michael, can I ask what, I have, I'll share my background in a minute, but I do have some level of education. I am actually a little bit well-read, but I've had some real challenges, which I'll share. But can I ask you, what, as you would define it, is the Libertarian Party? What's it stand for? What is it?
It stands for the idea that the individual is the smallest minority, and that in order to protect individual rights, we need to protect the autonomy and agency of each individual to do as they wish to do, as long as they don't hurt anyone else.
Okay. So thank you for that. And what, for you personally, resonates there? Like, what's your vision, your dream? Like, what's there for you inside of that philosophy?
Well, really, it's the idea that, unfortunately, we live in a world where there are, most people want to be left alone, and then there's quite a few people who just won't leave them alone, who believe that their preferences may be imposed on everyone by force. And it's not going to change until sufficient people change their mind about that, until sufficient people stop saying there ought to be a law, and start taking responsibility, and when they identify a problem, solve the problem rather than say there ought to be a law as an easy fallback.
Yeah, understood and appreciate it. And as somebody, thank you for your candor and your share. Would it be okay to share just a little bit about myself and our final, minute and a half together?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I have been someone that has taken advantage of this system. I was abused as a child, and I have suffered some severe dynamics of trauma. And I, for a long time, took the position that it was their fault. And there was, my uncle that hurt me, my teachers that didn't help me, my parents that failed me, the system that failed me, the government that failed me, all the institutions that failed me. Now, to be clear, I think there's a lot more that could be done much more effectively in the world. But as I sit and sleep in homeless shelters, I sleep on the street, I meet people that are living inside a system that I think is incredibly broken. I agree with the concept that not the only, but the preeminent source of change is through the individual and accountability and responsibility. Because I am present to the fact that I still made choices along the way. I still made choices to start using drugs. And I made those choices at young ages. And I think it's entirely understandable. I think it's entirely normal. I think it's entirely forgivable. But I still understand that I made choices in the beginning, and I made choices yesterday, and I make a choice today. So why I'm speaking with you is I would love an opportunity just for consideration of a longer conversation that will be sourced in mentorship. But I'm not asking for something without a return of value to you. I think the value for you could be through that mentorship, a unique partnership that might begin to be formed between folks that are homeless and the Libertarian Party in helping create a higher level of understanding, of personal accountability, and disruption in that space. Although I understand that many, many people in the space of homelessness have real and severe mental illnesses. I understand that addiction is rampant. But I would love to explore that opportunity. And if nothing more happens than you and your beliefs in personal responsibility, accountability, self-reliance, the coming together of people in the private sector to do good, if nothing more comes of it, then I would be an example of that. I think that would be a very positive and powerful thing for you, your mission, your work, and the Libertarian Party here in the state of Arizona. So all I'm requesting now, if anything at all resonates about me, about this concept, I just request a longer meeting to have a conversation. And during that conversation, I'm submitting to you, Michael, I will not ask you for money, but I will ask you for time and energy. And I will, as I'm sure you would, I'm already stepping into this space of very strong boundaries around any agreements we have for your help, your time, your energy. But does anything like here resonate for you to have a longer conversation?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And if I could ask, what resonates for you?
What resonates for me is at the core the concept that you're willing to look at your choices and take responsibility for those choices that are yours, despite the fact that you have been hurt and you have been let down by so many. The realization, or at least the dawning realization, that despite that, you control your own destiny. You have the responsibility for going beyond the hurts that other people have left you with.
No, well, thank you, Michael. So we'll be in touch. Out of roll. Okay, Michael, how did I do in that dynamic?
I mean, yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing, because you really focused on the things that would resonate with somebody like me. And that's just what I just said, the idea that, we all have been hurt. Every one of us has at one time or another been hurt or let down, whether it's a system or whether it's family members or colleagues. And to hold on to that pain and to focus on the blame is a mistake. It wastes energy, rather than to focus on, all right, so that's happened. What can I do now? What do I take from that? And then just start focusing on the things that you can control and you can use to overcome whatever detriment has been laid in your path. And I think you honed in on that very, very, very well, and that very, very much resonates.
I appreciate that very much. And Marcia, how did you feel about how we did in that dynamic?
I think you guys both did fantastic. Making a bargaining power with somebody that has so much power and is so educated, you got what you needed from him. You got him to mentor you and give you more time.
Well, thank you for that brilliant scenario. Thank you. And Bella, how'd you feel about that?
Absolutely masterful. The thing that just resonates the most for me is the difference that the yes makes. And, anyone can go from hello to yes. And just in this particular scenario, this yes was, could be a life or death, situation. And it was beautiful. And, I think and really does make a difference in the world. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that. So appreciate all of you. Michael, thank you again for being here today. How was your time with us on The Real Raw?
It was very interesting. Absolutely fascinating. I always love meeting new and interesting people and hopefully learning from them. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you very much and all that you're standing for in the world in leadership. Marcia, thank you for being here. Your contributions, your feedback. How was today for you on The Real Raw?
It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Just the energy and the structure. Very good. I enjoyed it.
Appreciate you very much. Yeah. Roswald, how was your time with us?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well. Showed me something I hadn't seen before, another angle. I'm still processing it. I think we're going to talk about this tomorrow with, was it G?
Yeah, Gina. Yeah. Gina, thank you. So Roswell, thank you. Yeah, and that's the whole idea of how do we become congruently unique in the world? And Roswell just spoke into it's like something I haven't seen before. And yeah, holding space for the fact that influence is a superpower, and how do you open listening and convey these things? So thank you, Roswald. Ted, awesome. This is just a very just connected, present group. No fake confusion. This is awesome. Ted, how was your time with us today on The Real Raw?
I think it was well spent. You guys did a great job, and I learned a lot from everybody, actually.
Well, appreciate it and love your educational dynamics in the world. I think there's so much suffering that sits in people's financial space. And thank you for training, helping, supporting people in that world.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. Marcia, great scenario. Thanks for the courage and vulnerability of jumping into the participant seat. How was your time with us today on The Real Raw?
Well, I got thrown into this. So I was not supposed to be here. So I think that this fun was able to go in and learn something that I was giving somebody else the opportunity, but I jumped in her seat today. Thank you very much. It was kind of fun. And if you would have called me directly, I would have probably not done this. An hour out of my time, busy schedule. I mean, it loses productivity. So I'm glad that Tina took the opportunity and she passed the torch. So thank you very much.
Yeah, very cool. And so is there anything, a takeaway for you in this space today that can create more value? Because
I think so. Not say no. I mean, when people call my office, I'm busy and I pass this call along And so maybe I need to take an initiative to listen a little bit longer. And, you always think that somebody's calling you to sell you something. Well, that wasn't the case here. And I appreciated it. It was very entertaining to watch everybody, how we all work together and role play and learn from each and every scenario that we had presented to us.
Yeah. And in the insurance space, so I've had the privilege through shared experiences like this of working with a dear friend, Rob Gill, who's in the video. When we first met, he had eight new sales meetings per month. And through our work and journey together, there are more than 500 sales meetings per month. So, and he was already wildly successful. So often there's these micro distinctions that create enormous exponential growth. And we've just touched the tip of the iceberg. But Marcia, thank you for investing your time and energy here today.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Jimmy, thank you. Love it. Love your scenario and what was present for you around your time on the roll.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Just like everyone else was saying, just hearing the shared experiences between everybody, and this is not something I would normally do. I mean, my job is so service driven that in word of mouth in such a small area, people find a therapist they like and stick with them because it's someone they trust. So just to hear everybody else's side from insurance or lawyers or whatever it is, to hear what works for them and which way they speak carries more weight with people is always good to hear, because in the end it's all about working together to get people better. So it was nice to hear all the different angles.
Yeah, amazing. And so Jimmy, real quick, are you, like, in your vision, your mission, are you eventually looking to grow, expand, create more duplication, leverage, or no?
I'm sorry, you cut out like halfway through that on my screen. What was that?
Yeah. Are you looking to grow your practice, to build, to expand, or no?
So I work under one of the top orthopedic surgeons in this area, Dr. Arnold, and they've had a practice for like 40 years here. So all of our patients are from them. My goal in 5 years is me and my wife want to move to Arizona and start our own physical therapy clinic with my dad. So that's my goal, is to open up my own throwing baseball physical therapy. One side batting cages was a throwing like simulator, so I can work on mechanics, and the other side I work just solely on physical therapy. So that's my goal in 5 years.
And just to create like a comparative example of possibility, I hear it. One of my dear friends, original people in our programs, he makes over $10 million a year in personal income, not in gross revenue from the practice, in physical therapy. By having built some extraordinary practices, duplicated processes. But again, it all comes down to the superpower of influence. How do you recruit? How do you lead? How do you duplicate? How do you scale? How do you create relationships with people? That's what the space is. And by the way, I'm not making money the hallmark of success by any means, but I'm talking about people creating money, time, magic, energy duplication. So Jimmy, thank you for that, and wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Rita, final.
Final is Marcia, Marsha, Roswell, Ted, Jimmy, and of course, Michael. Just thank you all for being here today and just having the courage to say yes. And, really and truly, nothing happens in the world without the yes. Homeless people aren't saved. Businesses don't grow. Differences aren't made without the yes. And here at Unblinded, it's all about being able to go from hello to yes. And so the team put a gift from Sean in the chat for you, because, Tony Robbins said, there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity. And sometimes people think like sales is like salesy and pushy, but it can come from the heart. It can be with integrity, and there's just no one that does it better than Sean. So thank you all for being here. Accept the gift. And I think, as Rodwell said, speak to one of our strategists so you can unpack, what that means for you and your business. And just looking forward to seeing you all again soon. Sean, back to you.
Well, thank you guys. Happy Thankful Thursday. And without a doubt, like the rise in our money, time, magic, and magic meaning impact, creation of things with other people, charitable raising. We joke, we have a lot of fun. I am blind. And I had the privilege of being on the board of the American Foundation for the Blind. And through work we've done with Peter, with Bella, with Nicole, Gina, others in the Unblinded ecosystem, we've raised millions of dollars just this year for the American Foundation for the Blind from very few people. Understanding how to have the superpower of influence come together to do magic with it. So your charities, your business, your all the things is in the other side of your ability to go from hello to yes, number one, knowing where to go from hello to yes, number two, and number three, getting yourself to use it. to Rise on Money, Time, and Magic, which is right there in front of all of us. But I actually believe that we are all blind.
And just learning to see.
So thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.